movie is pretty much this generation's Lilo and Stitch. And I'm kind of all for that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing Abominable. This is another Yeti film. Seems like Hollywood has had a big thing with Sasquatches and Yetis when it comes to animated films. Earlier this year we had Missing Link. Now we have this film, and we also had Smallfoot last year, and you know what? All of them are pretty good. Missing Link was a big surprise for me. I wasn't expecting to like that one that much, but I absolutely really liked it. When it comes to Abominable, though, I was kind of tempered on this one. Because DreamWorks, for me, sometimes they just check the main studio boxes. And they're like, hey, we got this animated film. And we're going to check the box here, check the box here, and check the box here. And sometimes they go above and beyond, whether it's with the How to Train Your Dragon series, the Kung Fu Panda series, or even Shrek series. And sometimes when they do those, it really blows your mind out. With Abominable, I have to say, while it at times does feel like they're just checking the boxes, this is an adorable film. And again, like I said in my intro, this is pretty much this generation's Lilo and Stitch. I can imagine kids walking out of this and getting that same sensational feel that I got when I walked out of Lilo and Stitch when I was younger. The characters in here and the emotional beats that actually go through our main character, Yi, played by Chloe Bennet, is some of the strongest parts about the film. And a lot of it is strong in that because this film isn't just timely in some of the messages that it does have to say, which do go to some of the kid humor that is placed throughout the whole entire film. That is not for me. But kids were absolutely laughing their butts off the whole entire time throughout the movie, and it was a great audience to have in that part. But when it comes in that factor, it's not just the timely manner and some of the social stuff that it talks about that some adults can actually take in, and even teenagers, but it's some of the stuff that that Yi, our main character, has to deal with that, well, you know, we deal with on a daily basis. And it's not just us or me or you, but many other people that we do know that deal with certain elements that happen throughout the story and happen through our passes that we do have to deal with in the future of our road. And I actually think some kids will find a more emotional crux to this film. And I actually think some people will also kind of relate to that as well, to the point where it's actually quite a little bit tough to watch at times. But that's just me saying that. And I'm just being honest and kind of looking at that perspective. I'm of course not going to give any spoilers to what that detail is, but it kind of choked me up a little bit when I got to those moments, but I was all for it. Another fantastic thing about Abominable is absolutely the animation. The animation is jaw-dropping gorgeous. Now, I always say this when animation films come out, but sometimes animation films do look a little bit cheap, like that Arctic Dogs one that I don't even know what the hell happened to this movie, but yeah, it just looks really cheap, but when you compare it to this one, that just looks gorgeous. There's this one scene where she is playing a violin on this hilltop, and it is absolutely stunning. And it kind of makes the whole scene, it's one of the most endearing moments of the whole film, and really that's one of the biggest words that you can also say to this film is that it is very endearing. It's very emotional in some of those moments, but in general, it's just, I had a smile on my face the whole time, and I felt very engaged with these characters. Oh yeah, it is a typical animated film. I think there was a little bit more in here that kind of sets it afoot from some of the other ones that we've gotten the last couple of years. A lot of that can go to the main character in here, Yi, who I think is very much relatable, even if it's the magical Yeti that it goes on this journey with them as they're trying to get him back to his home on Everest. It's a little bit cute, it's a little bit funny, and he has some great little secrets within him that as you get revealed more to it, it again adds to the animation and adds to the tone. And being a little bit cynical, I gotta talk about one of my cons in particular, which is the villains. And this kind of just a typical thing I have with most animated villains is they're never fleshed out. They never spend too much time on them, and sometimes that's kind of just an issue with films in general, is that they focus too much on our heroes and the protagonists, then too much to focus on the villains. But some of the villains kind of make weird choices where they twist and turn automatically, their personalities just flip, and I'm like, I mean, I kind of saw that coming, but it didn't make any sense and kind of just bothered me a little bit. I think older people will have issues with that. Kids, it'll fly right over their head, and they're like, whatever, I don't really care. Before I give you guys my final thoughts on this movie, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button where I do tons of early movie reviews like this on a daily basis, and really all throughout the week I give you guys tons of geeky content. And make sure guys to also go over to Samsung Films if you guys are interested in seeing movies early. That's one of the best ways to go check out movies early, so go down there and check out if any films are coming to you soon. And of course guys, make sure to go and give a shout out to all my Patreon supporters, because without them I wouldn't be able to do this. And make sure to go check it out if you guys want to shout out yourself. Abominable is an endearing, emotional, and in fact this generation's Lilo and Stitch. It's adorable. I had a big smile on my face the whole entire time, and this is a fantastic adventure. The animation is stunning. It's drop dead gorgeous, and that violin scene is absolutely one of my favorite animated scenes of this year. The way that they captivated so many different emotional beats within inside that one scene is absolutely just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, and a lot of that goes to the direction, the writing, and especially the performance from Chloe Bennet as a voice actress for Yi. Friends are fun, and while the villain, yeah, a little bit cynical in me to kind of crap on the villain. I think he could have been better, definitely. I will also say some of the humor in here is a little bit too kiddie for me personally, and I don't like when they do some of these jokes with selfies or kind of just in general making fun of the phones. While it is timely and there are some good messages to that, in fact, that they do tie into, it's when they kind of get too much into it. It's a little bit cringeworthy for me to the point where I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. And I look back at like Disney animated films or other studios that do these, and when it comes down to those, like anytime a film does that, I'm like, it kind of just checks off the box, and I'm like, don't do that. Be more clever with your humor. And I wish Abominable would have done a little bit more of that. Overall, what can I say? I really dug Abominable. I think it is an endearing and adorable film, and I think you guys are definitely going to want to check this one out. So with all that said, I'm going to give Abominable a B. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this film. Do you guys like it? Did you hate it? Let's talk about it down below in the comments. And of course, guys, can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts. Do look forward to this weekend, though. I will be posting a video talking about my top 10 favorite DreamWorks animated films. That's going to be a very hard list as I was going over it. I'm like, damn, a lot of these are kind of nostalgic, childhood, all sorts of stuff like that. It's going to be a fun list to talk about, so make sure to comment down below. Let me know what your guys' favorite part about Abominable was. What movies are you hoping is on that list? Make sure to go over to that video later this weekend, so you guys make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you guys don't miss on it, so I can hear what your top 10 list is, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching this. So until next time, stay classy.